Welcome to the Fraud Risk Training Series for insurance companies. My name is Art Hindle, and I'll be your host as we explore the various dimensions of financial fraud that have been observed by professionals employed in the insurance industry.
Can I help you? Please search warrant, open up!
Please open up!
This is a cost to industry and consumers that can cripple individuals, families, and companies. Now, in order to protect against fraud, you need to understand the patterns of various types of fraud. Now, by examining reenactments of certain types of fraud and listening to interviews of both victims and law enforcement, you can gain a better understanding of how to recognize possible fraudulent activity.
We're talking about tens of millions of dollars here.
They started out legitimate, and they found out that the fraud was too easy, and there was so much of it, they felt almost compelled to go to the dark side.
This whole relationship was a sham. It was a scam.
This fraud was not a victimless crime, and it left a path of ruin and heartache and bankruptcy and broken trust and sickness.
I'm convinced that he's a sociopath.
Always felt that I was on the periphery looking in.
There were hundreds of thousands of dollars collected.
His debt with my family alone was over $500,000.
Quite shocking, and I think people feel very hurt by this type of fraud.
In talking with her, in seeing her, they believed that it was due to chemo treatment.
With the arrival of new technology comes the opportunities for fraudsters to separate people and companies from their money.
So we see over 30,000 websites every single day that are being either infiltrated by scammers or being set up by scammers. So it's a very big problem.
More than half of the money that we do receive will come online. So Doctors Without Borders, like any other nonprofit or commercial organization, is not immune to phishing schemes, email hoaxes.
The range of dollar losses to the victims was as low as about $12,000 and as high as $700,000. But that's not a fair characterization of the harm and injury that was created by Mr. Butler. The gentleman who invested only $12,000 is a man named John Haug.
I had a small pension. I invested everything I had saved.
Mr. Haug today is probably 102 years old. At the time that he testified for a conditional exam, he was 99 years old. He was pretty much living hand to mouth. That $12,000 represented his total life savings.
The financial ruin that he caused is insurmountable. This wasn't, oh, by the way, I made a mistake. He deliberately targeted these people.
This was a total scam. While people believed that they were giving money to enter into lotteries and had chances to win millions of dollars, the fact of the matter is they had a chance to win nothing.
His passbook. And I had to tell her that that was fraud too and that there was no money to be had. My heart was broken.
A lot of the victims, they lost their livelihoods. They lost everything that they had ever worked for. So it's very important to us to make sure that we saw the case through, to really bring something back, so they at least had some sense of hope that law enforcement is really there on their side. Investors
Lost everything. Retirees faced a bleak future. As one of the detectives said, it was a financial homicide. Butler had conned over 120 retired individuals. Most became penniless as a result of investing with Butler. Investment advisors and others in the insurance industry directly interface with their clients, creating opportunities where fraudulent activity can be encountered. If you uncover a scenario similar to the Butler case, report your concerns immediately to your firm's corporate security.